Welcome to another week in Vinyl, folks. My name is DJ Switch, and I am joined, as always, with my partner, Cerius Blaq. Mr. Cerius Blaq, we would love to hear a little bit about how your week went, but we have a problem.
What's the problem?
There's no time.
There's no time.
No time!
No time!
No time!
No time!
No time! No time!
No time!
No time!
There's just no time. We've got to get it going. Let's start with the records.
Okay.
First off this week, I want to give a big shout out to our boy DJ Poe, who we loved having on the show a couple of weeks ago. However, he is wrong about King Gizzard and
What
Lizard
did he
Wizard.
say exactly? I don't remember, but did he say he didn't like them, or he was just like, meh?
He was giving examples of bands he doesn't like, and King Gizzard and Lizard Wizard was one of the bands he didn't like, and you immediately called them out for being wrong.
Yeah, well, I
and here's
stand
the
by
thing.
that.
I'm not even that big of a King Gizzard fan, but I know that he was wrong. So we're going to start out with King Gizzard and Lizard Wizard today with a song, with an album called Polygon Land.
Okay, yeah, I was certainly not finna say that. I'm glad you tried it, because it ain't gonna be me.
Polygon Land.
What you call me? No,
I called you Polygon Land.
no. Hey, okay. Regardless of album title, the cover art is dope.
Yeah, the cover art's super sick, and as are a lot of their cover. Like they're a very art focused band, which I think is one of the things that I really appreciate about them. And yeah, they're progressive. They're listed here as progressive rock, psychedelic rock, which I think is accurate.
Yeah, and that's kind of, I lean towards psychedelic rock a lot. So
I don't know if there's any songs on here that jump out at you. I think one of the problems with progressive, and funny enough, we're gonna talk about several progressive bands today. Okay. But one of the problems with progressive bands is like it's more about experiencing the album as a singular piece of work versus individual songs.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like bands like King Gizzard and like Castle Rat, it's definitely an experience. Person is another band that I would think would be, like the album is the experience itself. And like, but all the titles, are always like, pretty creative, interesting. But truth be told, like, for those watching to know that I have my own YouTube channel, I'm just now getting into watching King Gizzard and Lizard Wizard videos. And so I've been doing reactions on those, and I'll keep doing it. I've listened to certain songs, but I have no idea what the titles are, so. But the problem, but I know I like them. Yeah.
The problem, Cerius Blaq, is that we don't have time. We need to go more classic. Okay.
Okay. Let's do it.
So let's get a little more old school. We're gonna go with Sheryl Crow live at the Capitol Theater. 2017 Be Myself tour. There is a rack of hits on this one. Every Day is a Winding Road, Change to Do You Good, All I Want to Do, and those are just the first three songs, man.
Okay, Be Myself is a good song too. I like that one.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's a bunch of bangers on here, and it's all live from 2017. And look at that purple, dude. Look at that.
Yeah, I was looking at that. That's pretty sick.
Oh my God, look at that record, man. Let me see if I can get a better picture here. Yeah, there we go. Amazon always has the better pictures, which is why I like to pull the Amazon up. Because I use this vlog. It's about this vlog that I use for tracking a lot of the upcoming vinyl releases. They do a pretty good job of keeping track of a lot of the stuff that's coming out. It's just sometimes they don't post the like big pictures, so that's why I like to use the Amazon. But man, look at that record. That is gorgeous. And then look at the back. We get a nice shot of the back here.
That's cool.
The power stance, man. Cheryl's not messing around at all.
Look at them pants.
Don't you have a pair of those? You don't have a pair of those pants?
No, mine are purple with black stars.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that makes sense. That'd be a good rock. But the problem is we don't have time. We got to keep moving, man. So we got to go more classic. We got to go Smashing Pumpkins. It's the 35th anniversary release of their album Gish. It's their it says the Smashing Pumpkins' spiritual debut and one of the best rock albums of the 1990s, featuring the singles Siva, I Am One, and Rhinoceros. Frankly, none of those songs I'm familiar with, if I'm being honest. But that's okay. This was their big debut out in 1991 with original packaging, celebrating the 35th anniversary.
I do know those songs.
You do? Okay.
Because at one point I was a big Smashing Pumpkins guy. Not so much now because Remind me at a later date to tell you a story about that time I had a beer with Billy.
Oh no.
But yeah, no, I liked him. He said something weird recently about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but we'll talk about that another day.
Fair enough.
Too. But
Fair enough.
is there any chance you have a picture of what this vinyl looks like, or did they just give you this?
You know what? We could take a look here. It looks like a Black record.
Okay, never seen one of those before. That's cool.
Yeah, did you know they made records in black?
No, man.
Turns out.
Wow, how creative.
I would love to talk about this more, but we don't have time. We got to keep going. So let's keep going
What is
backwards.
he doing to me today, Galt?
Today,
Poison. You hit
we're
me with
going even
Poison?
more classic. Poison's Open Up and Say Ah is the record that you want if you want a Poison record. It's got Love on the Rocks. It's got Nothing But a Good Time. Dude, this is... Oh, it's got Every Rose Has Its Thorn.
Oh, my gosh.
Come on, man. Like, this is the Poison record. Like, I know they had other records. Don't get me wrong. And no disrespect to the other records, but, like, this one has the bangers.
88.
Says,
okay. This is the one
Open
from
Up and
88.
Say Ah captures Poison as they sharpen their glam metal formula for a wider audience. Released in 1988, the album balances high energy anthems like Nothing But a Good Time with softer moments such as Every Rose Has Its Thorn.
Yeah. I have a
Polished,
few of
but
their
still playful.
videos on my Throwback Thursday reaction list, too. So I'll be getting to Poison as well. Cool Green, by the way.
We love a good glam rock. Yeah, love the Poison Apple Green. I've decided to call it Apple Green. Like I don't think they actually call it that officially. But it's the same green as the logo there.
It is.
So I think that works really nicely. And it's a good looking record. So yeah, like it's one that I don't have, but definitely some songs on there that I would love to own. So that's worth it, I think. But we just don't have time. We need to keep going. And I'm realizing now that if I hover over the preview, you can't see it, which is helpful because I want to surprise you with this next one. We're going even more old school. Okay.
Okay.
ELO's Out of the Blue is getting a repress.
Wow.
And when we talked about progressive rock, dude, this is like one of the birthplaces of progressive rock. This is the record that has Mr. Blue Sky on it. But Mr. Blue Sky is track 13, dude. We got to go through 12 tracks to get to Mr. Blue Sky. And I listened to it. If you listen to the record, this is one of those early records where they sort of tied all the songs together with a little bit of ambient noise in between the tracks. Mm-hmm. Not every track is like that, but several of them really just kind of bleed nicely into each other. And I think it's a really cool concept to sort of help tie the songs into a cohesive narrative.
I once went to a planetarium light show for ELO back in Chicago at the Museum of Science and Industry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Fun fact about me. My father sold the Amiga computer that ran the laser show at the Oregon Museum of Science and Industry for like 25 years.
Nice.
They bought that thing from my dad in the 80s, and then he helped service it and kind of keep it up and running until the early 2000s when they finally upgraded to a new machine.
Their base here, or spaceship, reminds me of that old game Simon.
Yeah. Yeah. And actually, you know, it's funny you say that because like I always thought it was like a UFO or a flying saucer kind of thing, but no, it's got a dock there and they've got like a landing ship. So this is more of like a space station.
Space station dock. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It's dope though.
Yeah. No, I absolutely love the artwork on this. I think this is alternative artwork too. I don't know if this is the original artwork, but I've seen other pieces from ELO that feature this design just in a slightly different structure or slightly different what do you call it, where the different layout. And I know Boston had something similar, or Boston had their famous UFO design. And they would kind of like tweak, you know, they would do different variants of the UFO design for the different album covers for Boston,
which is a good idea. Keeps it fresh and popping.
Yeah, no, I love that. And I love this thing that ELO did way back in the day. So when did this record even come out, man? This was like what, 70s?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway. I really don't. I don't know. Honestly, I don't even know how I found this. It just, you know.
It's dual album, Black, you know, and
Okay.
there's that incredible artwork.
Oof, that's cool.
Yeah, I love it, man. This is one that, and you know what, a dual album like that for $32 is incredibly reasonable.
Yeah, that ain't bad at all, actually.
Yeah, I think it's a very reasonable price. I think this is one of the other things that I've seen is this record here, which is it's a different record,
Yeah.
but it's a new world record, and it's okay, so it's not quite the same space station design, but very similar.
It looks like the top of a jukebox.
Man, how good were those drugs back then?
Man, they was hitting.
Dude, but unfortunately we don't have time. We got to go even more old school than ELO. We got to go Tina Turner. Tina's got a new record coming out called The Rockin' Roots of Tina Turner.
Simply the best hits. I'm a sucker for a best hits.
Let me tell you. Let me ask you. Can you recognize the one song that's missing from this list?
The one
song.
I mean, I see like a few.
There's one song I see missing from this list that I wish was on here. If it's her greatest hits.
I mean, I don't know which one you're thinking of, but so
I don't
tell
see
me.
Proud Mary.
Okay, yes, Proud Mary. But that's like really. I think so here's the catch. I think Proud Mary is more of an early Ike and Tina song because when they covered it, so that might be why it's not included on this.
Yeah,
that's the only reason I could think of.
River Deep Mountain High was Ike. Get Back. Her cover of Get Back by the Beatles was her and Ike. So there's a few on here that have Ike on the recording. But this is still a solid ass Tina record, man.
Well, it's Tina Turner, period.
Yeah. Yeah, Tina was from the era where like it wasn't necessarily about writing all of her music. It was about performing the ever living shit out of her music.
Oh, which she did every time.
She was not even was. To this day, she's still one of the greatest female performers of all time, and I will die on that hill. Yeah, perform the ever loving hell out of every single one of these songs every single time she took the stage, man. Tina was like just in a class of her own when it came to that level of energy and performance. So, I mean, I know I'm not telling you anything you don't know, but this is one to grab. This is getting a press, and it's going to be out May 29th, which is this coming Friday. Yeah, Friday. Yes. But we can go even more old school. Okay. We can go even back further, more classic. We're going to go Marvin Gaye. Marvin Gaye's got a collection in white and silver coming out. And this has all of Marvin Gaye's songs, frankly. Like there's 28 bangers on here, man. I don't see a single bad one in the entire list.
I've got a few Marvin Gaye albums in my collection over here, but like this, I think is something I need to add so I can just throw it on. Yeah, because I like everything.
Yeah, he's got some of the ones with Tammy, like Mountain High Enough, Nothing Like the Real Thing, and then obviously Trouble Man, Let's Get It On.
Right,
you got
Mercy
Sexual
Me.
Healing down here, Sanctified Lady.
Gotta Give It Up. Oh man.
Yeah, up top, you got some Pride and Joy. Can I Get a Witness?
Too busy thinking about my babies. Another one. Oh man, yeah. All of this is good.
Real quick, have you seen the lists on Spotify or other digital music services where people put together a bunch of lists of songs from Marvin Gaye, where Marvin Gaye just has no clue what's happening?
No.
And it's oh my god. Okay, hang on. Let me just look this up real quick. Marvin Gaye has no idea what's happening. And let me see if I can just pull up the meme photo. Oh, this is not a good.
No, but I caught a glimpse.
So it's
what's going on?
What's going on? What's happening, brother? When did you stop loving me? Where are we going? I don't know why. Why did I choose you? Who can I turn to? Can I get a witness?
I never thought about this at all.
Marvin Gaye has no idea what's happening. Let me see if I can grab a larger picture so we can see it a little bit better on the thing here.
That's good though. That'll just go.
Oh no, that's the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the idea of making a list like that is absolutely brilliant. Here's another one that says Marvin Gaye, except he's just clueless. What's going on? What's happening, brother? Where are we going?
Yep. Okay. Never thought about that. That's
this one's Marvin Gaye's clueless ass.
The disrespect is humorous.
I mean, listen, it's Marvin Gaye though, man. Like it's all done with love and like in jest. The truth is, like, he's one of the greatest singers ever, one of the greatest songwriters ever. Like, this collection, Marvin Gaye Collected, is absolutely brilliant. But the problem is, I want to keep talking about it, but we don't have time. We got to keep going.
What is he doing today, y'all?
We got to go more old school. So we're going Monkees. The Monkees, Good Times. It's actually one of their newer records. It was originally recorded to commemorate the band's 50th anniversary. So this was recorded as a 50th anniversary, and it's the 2026 marks the 10th anniversary of the Monkees album. Bro, they were recording together still in 2016.
Are you serious?
This album was recorded and released by the Monkees in 2016.
That's wild.
This is the 10th anniversary of the release of the Monkees' Good Times album, which was recorded to celebrate their 50th anniversary as a band. Apparently, the album was produced by Fountains of Wayne co-founder Adam Schlesinger and featured new recordings from Monkees members Mickey Dolenz, Michael Naismith, and Peter Tork.
Yeah.
Songs on the album include new compositions from the likes of Ben Gibbard and Andy Patridge, along with old compositions from regular Monkees collaborators like Harry Nilsson and Neil Diamond.
Andy Partridge. So,
Yeah.
No, but that's dope, though. I used to watch the shit out of the Monkees.
Partridge Family?
Sure, why not? Probably.
Sure. Probably, yeah. I know there was
Birth of an Accidental Hipster?
Yeah. Birth of an Accidental Hipster is a genius title. I know there was a huge fan of the Monkees that used to hang out in my chat, like when I was doing my request show on Twitch a couple of years ago during the pandemic. And she would request kind of obscure monkey stuff sometimes. It would be fun to go like trying to hunt that down for her. And so I got to learn a little bit more about the Monkees as a band, because we all know about like Hey we're the Monkees.
Well, of course,
and we all know about how they had this like kind of like non-rivalry with the Beatles, right? Because everybody in the media would compare them all the time, but the Monkees were just like, no, we're a different band. Like,
absolutely.
They never actually hated the Beatles. There never actually was a rivalry there. It was all media manufactured. And so like the Monkees never had beef. The Beatles never had beef. They were just like, okay, whatever, or however I promise I'll never do that accent again.
Thank you.
But you know what I'm saying? Like the Beatles were chill about it. The Monkees were chill about it. It was all just media stuff. So the Monkees, I don't know if this was their last album, but it was their album Good Times from 2016, which is pretty.
If there's any Monkees people watching, give us some info in the comments, please.
Yeah, no, I mean it's pretty late in the game for them, but I'd love to know more about this album. It's pretty dope. So Monkees fans, if you would please let us know. But we got to keep moving. We got to go more old school than the Monkees.
Do you see how many tabs he's got today, y'all?
Hold up.
Oh my god.
Hold up. Paul McCartney has a new album. And I don't know if you saw it.
No, I think I heard about this, yeah.
Did you see the last episode of The Late Show with Stephen Colbert that aired a couple of days ago?
No, I didn't see it yet.
So his last guest ever was Paul McCartney, and Paul was talking about this album, which is coming out this week. It's called The Boys of Dungeon Lane, and he was talking about how Dungeon Lane was a road that would lead down to the beach from where they were.
Okay.
And he said that part of where he was, like that neighborhood where he was, like he and George would meet up and go down to the beach by going down Dungeon Lane. And then they had a couple of other friends that they would like hang out with, and so it was him and George and a couple other buddies that would hang around. And this is what this album is about. It's about him and his like childhood friends and hanging out. So these extraordinary new pop songs will find Paul writing with rare openness about his childhood in post-war Liverpool, the resilience of his parents, and early adventures shared with George Harrison and John Lennon long before the world had ever heard of Beatlemania. So this
I was
is
looking at the track list and the titles too to see if what I can glean from it for the theme you just mentioned.
Yeah. I mean, this is an entirely new album, so these are not songs that we've heard before.
No, but I'm just saying, like, if it's about that time period, I was just looking to see like Ripples in a Pond, like what is that going to be about? What's
no, I really want to hear this album, because like if Paul's still writing and still making music, dude, like
I mean, he always been dope at it. Yeah, he's always been dope at it.
Yeah. I mean, it's no accident that the Beatles broke up and then Paul started Wings and then Wings took off. And Wings was like one of the biggest bands of its era, dude. Like, that was not by accident. That was Paul's work. Anyway, I say all that to say this. It doesn't get much more old school than Paul McCartney, but we can actually go more old school than that. So let's keep moving to the next one. Actually, hang on. Before we move on, real quick, they have an Amazon exclusive white variant.
Oh, well, of course they do. That makes sense.
Yeah, I thought you'd like that. So let's.
Yeah, I like it.
And then here's some of the artwork that you get on the inside.
Oh, on the inside. Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, that collage one looks interesting.
I think this is like a poster or something.
Yeah, that one.
Possibly. And then this is going to be
that's
probably the
collage
sleeve
one.
art.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Yeah. So and Amazon doing the exclusive white. I think I might have to go with the white.
Oh, absolutely. Wait, how much was it? I didn't see that.
$700. No, $36.
Oh, that ain't nothing. Okay.
Yeah, that's all right. I mean, it's 36 for a single disc, which is a little high, but in this economy,
but it's an exclusive and it's white. I get it. They add a little bit more for that.
Yeah, I ain't mad at it. So anyway, let's keep going. We got to go a little more old school. And what's more old school than Paul McCartney? How about Mr. Rogers? Mr. Rogers is such a good feeling. The best of Mr. Rogers is coming out this Friday on May 29th. It's a 21-track collection of Mr. Rogers classics pressed on opaque yellow vinyl.
I don't know why I never thought about a Mr. Rogers album like that. These exist. I've never thought about this.
He sang songs on his show all the time, man.
I mean, yeah, he did.
I mean, somebody must have collected them.
You know what? That's nice. I really like that.
I think I need this just for the nostalgia of it, for the memories. Because honestly, man, Fred Rogers was such a unique and special talent. And the way that he would go out of his way to fight to make sure that everyone was included on his show.
Yep.
Dude, I mean, the clip of him talking to a young LeVar Burton.
Yeah.
I will never get sick of that clip.
I have a confession. I didn't really understand the amazingness of Mr. Rogers until I was an adult. I didn't really do Mr. Rogers when I was a kid.
Yeah.
For some reason. I was a weird kid anyway. But like,
you're still a weird kid, don't worry.
The more I learned about him, the more I'm like in awe of who he was as a person. So.
Especially for the time, man.
Like exactly.
As a very decent looking average white dude, it would be so easy for him to just kind of like, stay in his lane or whatever.
Yeah, or go with the status quo. Yeah.
And he made it a point not to.
He did.
And like it was so important for the time, but as we continue on and as time marches on, even beyond his life, it just becomes more and more important, I think.
Hell of a legacy, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I wanted to pull this up. It looks like we don't have a picture of the record itself, but we got a little better. Maybe that's a little too better. There we go. There's a nice shot of the cover right there. Like we talk about a lot of these records. If I had all the money in the world, I'd just be buying all of them because like I only pick records that I like to feature on this show. This is one where I might have to do a little extra. I might do a little extra chores around the house or something just to get some allowance money. And
I feel that, man.
And pick up this Mr. Rogers record, man, because this is one to grab for sure. But we can actually, I don't know if you believe this, we can go more old school than Mr. Rogers.
I mean, at this point, I'm not even doubting you anymore.
Here's the thing, though. I want to go even more old school than Mr. Rogers, but a couple of weeks ago, I said something about our next artist, and I don't know if you remember. Do you remember when I said this? Oh, and Dizzy Gillespie, whoever he is. And then do you remember what you said?
No, what did I say?
You said,
"Yeah, never heard of him." Oh, God. I was just playing.
So, since you've never heard of Dizzy Gillespie, let me introduce you to Dizzy Gillespie and his writing partner, Benny Carter.
Hey,
this is Carter Gillespie Inc. with this other gentleman on the record. This is a small quintet recording some of Gillespie's favorite, best work, including, and this I did not know this but apparently Benny Carter helped Dizzy Gillespie write the song "A Night in Tunisia," probably his most famous jazz piece. According to this, it says Dizzy wrote his classic "A Night in Tunisia" in 1942 when he was working with Benny Carter. 34 years later, the two recorded it together for this album and gave it one of its most luminous performances. In this encounter, Carter at 70 and Gillespie at 60 were inspired to some of the best playing of what might be described as their later years if it weren't for the fact that at this writing, both were going strong into the 1990s.
Yep.
Among the piece are two less well-known masterpieces, Gillespie's Constantinople and Carter's The Courtship.
I love Constantinople.
I will say Constantinople is not the same song that They Might Be Giants covered.
No, it's not. I'll tell you, I'll be
song.
honest with you. I know more about this only because Quincy Jones referenced it in an interview, and then I went and looked it up.
Yeah, that tracks. Yeah, Quincy was so deeply influenced by this era of jazz, the 40s and into the 50s. And that's one of the things that I think made me such a big Quincy Jones fan, because you can hear that influence in a lot of his work that he did with Frank and then later with Michael. Of course, along with all of the other incredible talents that he produced.
Yeah, like all the other thousands of people. Yeah.
But, if you're only going to name two, like Frank Sinatra and Michael Jackson are pretty big names in Quincy Jones' catalog for production. True. So anyway, Carter Gillespie Inc. is the record, and it's coming out. It's getting a repress on May 29th as well. Since we were just talking about Dizzy Gillespie, I was like, oh, I gotta include this one for sure.
Yeah, that's dope. I know a few people that would like that.
It's I don't think that's the final price. I think that's just a placeholder price, but there's the record art. And I actually found a wiki page a little bit about this record specifically. It was re-released a couple times, released on CD. It was recorded in 1976. So even though they wrote A Night in Tunisia together in 1942, they were still playing together and then recorded together again in 1976. They talk a little bit about how compatible they were, and shows the track listing and then lists all of the personnel. So we had Dizzy Gillespie, Benny Carter, Tommy Flanagan on piano, Joe Pass on guitar, Al McKibben.
Mickey Roker is dope, by the way.
And then Mickey Roker on the drums. Mickey Roker is one of those names that I immediately, with him and Tommy Flanagan both, I clocked both those names because I've seen them on other records in the jazz scene. Mickey Roker was an incredible drummer. Okay, so I was building up that old school bit just to get to the oldest school, which is 1942's A Night in Tunisia. But I do have other records I wanted to show you, and so I want to just kind of like, I want to ditch the bit, and I want to talk a little bit about your roots in Chicago. We talked about your relationship with Frankie Knuckles. We talked about your mom's relationship with Frankie. And obviously, like, Frankie Knuckles was a pioneering house DJ. House came from Chicago. So what we have here next up is a new Benny Benassi record called Feel the Bass. Ooh. This is a new record that just got released earlier this month, and the vinyl cut is finally coming out on Friday. So digitally, it's already available, but the vinyl is going to be released this week. It's up for pre-order on Benny's website right now. So I think even I think we're in sync with the website. I think this is actually the first press of the vinyl version of Benny's Feel the Bass album, which came out earlier this year. It's
I'm a big Benny fan.
And here's the thing. It is featuring a very specific artist on a very specific track. Do you recognize this guy? You ever heard of Felix the House Cat?
Yeah.
I know you've heard of him. So he actually is collaborating with Benny on a track called Chicago Baby.
What?
And it says, and this is a blog called I Want EDM. I found this information from earlier this year when the album dropped digitally. It says a major highlight comes with Chicago Baby, Benassi's collaboration with house music icon Felix the House Cat. The track pays tribute to the roots of house music while filtering that influence through a modern electro house lens. With its Chicago references, bold vocal energy, and sharp synth work, The record connects the genre's foundation to today's club climate. The album continues to shift through different textures with tracks like Just Like, and they continue on to talk about the album. At the center of the project is the title track, Feel the Bass, which I also listened to, which acts as the album's mission statement. Driven by glitching electro elements, heavy low-end pressure, and towering builds, the track captures the force and identity behind the full release. Giggity.
We shall see.
Giggity.
No, this is dope.
But for real, Chicago Baby and Feel the Bass are both super dope tracks. I previewed them. This is such an easy recommend. I mean, I've been a long time Benny Benassi fan anyway. Like, I think the dude has like an unofficial world record for the raunchiest electronic music video ever. With Satisfaction.
Yeah.
That's it is so unnecessary how raunchy that video is.
Yeah. I don't listen to that like out loud.
Well, no, the song is the song. Like it's the song's whatever.
I mean, like when I'm watching it, like I put headphones on.
I would love to see you do a react video with a straight
know.
face to Benny Benassi's Satisfaction.
Okay.
Watch you lose all them viewers. They just start dropping off like crazy.
Nah, I got some nasty followers.
Well, I'm clipping that for next week. Feel the Bass by Benny Benassi is the record. $34.98 again for a 2-disc.
Okay,
yeah.
I gotta tell my sister.
Yeah, no, this is an easy yes from me. It's a solid record. And what's cool is they're extended mixes, which for the DJs out there, that means they've got the intros on them. You can mix them real easy in the club. Super easy to recommend. Benny Benassi, Feel the Bass.
Yeah, I'm down.
And now I want to move on. I want to kind of stick with the EDM, the dance music theme.
Okay.
And I want to show you this next one, which was a little bit of a surprise to me. But man, take a look at this record. This thing is gorgeous. It's the Eurovision Song Contest from Vienna in 2026.
Hey, okay.
And take a look at the
yeah, that's dope.
It's a 3-disc, and they got the semi-translucent blue, pink, and then I don't know if that's white or clear.
I think it looks clear to me.
Or silver, maybe. I'm not 100% sure what that third one is, but I mean it looks like a really nice set. The 70, I think it's the 70, if I recall, it's the 70th anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
70th edition of the competition will take place in Vienna, Austria in May 2026.
Huh.
So we're getting
I didn't really know about Eurovision until like maybe a decade ago.
So my guessing is it looks like this was produced before the competition itself. So this is probably just a compilation of the songs that were submitted and approved.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so
not
we've got
the live performances or anything like that. Yeah.
82 for a 3-disc, a little high, but not offensively so. If you're getting 3 full discs of music, you know,
right? With this color spectrum, yeah. Looking at the sort of full res version of the art here and the mock up for the records, like man, like they're gorgeous. They're absolutely gorgeous. Eurovision does not play around when it comes to their song contest either, man. Like. If you like electronic music, if you like dance music, if you like dance pop stuff, if you're into any of the European dance pop stuff, like I think Eurovision is how I found out about Daddy Fryer. You know him?
No.
Oh, good.
Wait, hold on.
Now I get to drag him over to my channel.
Hang on. No. Hang on. Wait a minute. I do know who they are. I've seen like 2 of their music videos, but they were both stellar.
Yeah.
Because it's not Daddy Fryer. It's
Daddy?
It's
I don't know, man.
It's like Dada, isn't it? Dada?
No, it's DADI. So.
DAD. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't remember how to spell it, but I do know who you're talking about, and they are fantastic.
Yeah, great voice.
But I want to hang with the sort of like dance pop feel for one more record. This is a record that I was not expecting to see. It is a repress of an older record. It's a little bit older record than I expected, which is kind of wild, but here we are. Mama Ru has Foxy Lady's 30th anniversary.
Wow.
So my wife's gonna love this. I'm talking about RuPaul on the show. But yeah, RuPaul's Foxy Lady 30th anniversary press is coming out this Friday. And there's this is a wild track list. She included a couple of remixes at the end, which is nice too.
Oh, okay. I like
Yeah.
a good, I wouldn't mind hearing an updated remix or something. I haven't listened to this stuff in a long time,
Couple of snapshot remixes, couple of a little bit of love remixes.
Work that.
So just to kind of round out the record, which is nice. So, I mean,
God, look at
it's
that
RuPaul,
wig.
man. I mean, the tracks are gonna be banging. The artwork's gonna be banging. Good
There we
God,
go. Wow.
look at. I mean, that's some glam shot stuff.
Right?
I mean, that's not makeup, man. They touched up that photo a lot.
A little bit. Yeah, for sure.
No judgment. I'm just saying. But you get 2 discs, and the second disc has the bonus remixes on it. So, yeah, this is a nice full album release. I mean, if you're a big fan of RuPaul, if you're a big fan of the drag community, if you're a fan of Drag Race, the show, like, what are you doing? Go get you some RuPaul on vinyl.
Now would be a perfect time for this. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you know what? I might send this to a couple of people.
Hey, folks, unfortunately, at this point in our recording session, we had a technical difficulty. We ended up losing the last section of our show for today. So we're going to save that record that we featured for next week's episode. And we'll be sure to call it out and share it with you all when we come back next Monday. However, I do want to give a big shout out and a thank you, as always, to my partner, Cerius Blaq, for another fantastic week full of records here on This Week in Vinyl. I want you to all please go and check out the video series that we've been doing together, where Cerius Blaq has been introducing me to the Japanese pop group XG. They are incredibly talented folks, and I genuinely, honestly, am becoming a huge fan. So far, we've been watching a bunch of different types of videos to sort of like learn a bit about the group and about some of their early days recordings. And every member of XG is just fantastically talented. So if you want to see us reacting to some XG videos and see my initial reaction, having never experienced them before, you can go over and find that on Cerius Blaq's channel, which I will have, of course, linked down below, along with links to all of the other records that we featured today. And I cannot wait to see what else is coming out next week. So I will see you then. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.